Hello, folks. It's me, Denver Risley. If I'm doing this right, I'm recording the sound first and then building the slideshow around it. But if I'm doing this right, you should be seeing a screenshot of a website called ecocapsule.sk. That SK means this website is coming to you from the beautiful country of Slovakia. This comes as this is going to be kind of a response to this contraption that you see here. In the prepper movement, in the homesteading movement, and the self-sufficiency, off-grid movement, there's ideas like this that come out. And this is, good, well-intended, but not very well thought out. So this appeals to city-dwelling fashionistas who know nothing of off-grid living outside the context of trendy social issues. For the price of one of these things, you could retrofit your entire house with both solar and wind generators, rainwater catchment systems, which this pod comes with, but that's it. But you could go further and install composting toilets, indoor garden systems, or even a small yet complete aquaponics system that not only grows vegetables but fish as well, which is a damn sight more than this cramped eco-egg. And I bet if you're crafty and a good scrounger, you'd have a ton of money left over and still have plenty of comfortable space in your own home. Okay, let's look at the staggering cost of this thing, this contraption. All right, I should have a picture up here. On the site, it's advertised as 79,900 euros with a little footnote there, which means it probably actually costs more. You don't even have to think about the conversion of currency to know this is already way the fuck out of hand. Right now, in current US dollars, that works out to $89,947. You might as well call that $90,000. And all that does is buy you the pod. It doesn't get it to your house. All right. Another part of their website shows how much it costs to ship to different ports around the U.S. And I'm just going from one extreme to the other, from New York to Oakland. Shipping this thing to New York, $2,364. Shipping to Oakland, California, $4,053. So you're looking, if you live in California already, you're at, almost $95,000 for a one-person pod. That's, looks cool, I guess, and has a nice interior, nice IKEA-looking interior. Although this is not an IKEA product, it just kind of has that feel. And, IKEA it's Swedish, but it's also European. It means quality. It must, right? Look at that. Okay, if you don't own a home, you could, for this cost, buy a decent-sized travel trailer, probably used, but still decent. Fit it with wind and solar power, rain catchment, etc., and have and still have more living space. And you'd have enough left over, maybe, to buy a truck to tow it. Hell, you could go online and buy a really nice tiny home, one of those tiny houses already built with all those off-grid features that you'd probably put on that yourself if they weren't already on there, and still have a bunch of money left over. So this eco-capsule is nothing more than sexy packaging put together to win an architectural design contest in Europe, and that's true. That's where this thing was born from. So, it's nothing but a bunch of academics who are pretty well-to-do probably and think $90,000 US dollars is probably nothing. But, of course, to us, to a lot of people, it's a life savings. This company is located in Slovakia, which may not even be a country in 10 years or less. So forget any notions of warranties or customer service. Just, I think Slovakia, I don't know how long Slovakia has been around. Granted, that ethnic group's been there for, gajillions of years, but that political boundary has, if you look back in just recent history, since like 50s and 60s, it's been a few things. So I'm sure that trend is going to continue. Don't get fooled by sexy packaging. Don't believe that off-grid security comes from someone else in a far-off land. Definitely don't believe that self-sufficiency comes with a bank-busting price tag. America was famous for being populated with ingenious men and women who didn't back down from challenges. Indeed, they welcomed challenges. They solved problems. And when they needed something, they built it. And when it broke, they fixed it. And if they didn't know how to do something, they took the time to learn how to do it. One thing our grandparents did not do was make excuses for why they couldn't do what they wanted. They only came up with reasons why they could achieve their goals. So if this capsule contraption appeals to you because you believe it could be part of your bug out or homesteading strategy, I challenge you to reconsider. I challenge you to come up with something better. For the price of this egg, you could buy between 60 and 80 acres in New Mexico with enough timber to build a great cabin. But don't do it in my canyon. That's the American spirit right there. All that to say this eco-capsule is nothing but a super expensive fashion statement. It appeals to the inept with more money than sense. I challenge you to make your ancestors proud. Solve your problems with that awesome problem-solving brain of yours. The result will be more satisfying than the possession of this cramped eco-lemon. Even if you have more money than sense, you are going to kick yourself in the ass if you invest in this nonsense. When you discover there's only room for one, maybe two people, that's a hell of a lot of money for inadequate space. Now, let me conclude simply by saying that you're not going to buy a homestead in a box. Self-sufficiency is not wrapped in a sexy package, and off-grid components don't have to decimate your savings. Now, I hope this provoked some thought, and I hope you accept my challenge to come up with reasons to do what you want and ditch every reason not to.